Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on Chart Talk on the 15th of May at 7 o'clock in the morning London time. The chart in front of us is June RBOB, but let's just recap for a moment on what happened yesterday. The market at this time yesterday was down on the products at the 13-day moving averages. They were briefly breached, but the key was that within a matter of a couple of hours, they had held and the market performed a very, very credible textbook rally. The rally took the contracts all above the 5 and 8 day moving averages, and they all closed over there yesterday. This suggests a retest of the recent highs. In fact, what we're seeing is that the short-term moving averages, particularly the 5 and 8s, after the 13s held, perform like springboards. The market reacts from them up to range resistance, which is exactly what's happening now. The stochastics have all moved positive on all but RBOB, which is a bit of a worry. They're all above their 2016 lows, which is constructive. The 5-day gap is far too wide, so expect violent price action today. There'll be ebb and flow, and it won't all be one way, but at the moment it looks like pushing higher. And the key really is not just RBOB, but RBOB is going to help. It's above its 5 and 8, and it should make its way to 98.20. This is the recent high. The key pivot for this is found on the continuation chart at 92.04. If it can hold over this level, 92.04, that's the key initial support pivot, if you like. If we fail at 92.04, or rather RBOB fails at 92.04, it will probably drag the rest, less WTI, down to the 5 and 8s, which will be tested, and there's a reasonable chance they'll hold. Whilst we're above the 5 and 8s, we've got upside, and that upside, specifically in RBOB's situation, is to 98.20. What we're doing is going to the top of the range resistances and testing them. That is the classic springboard move. What now has to happen for serious targets higher is we need to close over some key resistances. Now, if RBOB can stay over 92.04, it's likely to head for 98.20, but the rest have resistances much closer and relevant to the market. And if we look at WTI, here you've got the classic uptrend action, and it's in a technical world of its own a little bit here, of the 5-day moving average consistently holding. It's now above the 55-day at 27.08. The 5-day gap is a little too wide, and its target is 28.36. It's already been to 28.08 today. That's the target. If it moves and closes over there, its next target is 33.15. But by that time, to be honest, we'll be looking at July, which is the WTI we'll be looking at on Monday. 28.36 is its target. It's making its way there already today. It's already overcooked with a large 5-day gap, so be careful. It's going to be prone to corrections. Brent didn't hit its 13-day yesterday, but reacted with the products and ran up. It closed over its 5 and 8 and now has a target for 32.27. It's already hit 32.10. Be careful at 32.27. A spike over could take us to the 55-day at 32.84. But for a real target higher, after 32.27, we need to move and close over the 55-day at 32.84 to take us upwards towards 38.31, that area. I mean, there's not much to stop it punching higher if it can get over the 32.27 and then the 55-day moving average. Heating oil. Here you see the classic hold of the 13-day moving average. This was textbook correction stuff. Through the 5 and 8s, down to the 13s and rally. Spent 2 days testing the 13 and then rallied. It now needs to move, well, it's moved up to and hit its intraday target of the 34-day moving average last night, and now it's just spiked a little bit further towards 91.99. It's had a high of 92.10. It's over 91.99 at the moment, but being over by a few points in the early morning doesn't make much difference. If it moves and closes over 91.99, it's got some upside, and that would likely take us up to probably 98.83, that sort of area. In other words, there's a significant move in the offing if it can move and close over 91.99. This is key top of the range resistance. It's the culmination of the springboard move from the 5 and 8 up to 91.99. Now be careful. Gas oil, again, classic, the right hand chart, down to the 13-day, breach it a bit, rally, close over the 5 and 8, hit its intraday target to 268, 269 area, the 34-day moving average. And if it stays over 269, there's a good chance of a top of the range resistance test at 276.50. Only a move and close over 276.50 would then give it another leg higher. But the way it's moving at the moment suggests a test of 276.50 during the course of the morning. Stochastic has now, get rid of that, moved back positive. So the message is clear. If RBOB can stay over the 92.04 CP, that's the initial guide for continued strength. It's a little bit overcooked with the 5-day gaps very wide, but there's a momentum building for tests of the top of the range resistances, which we've already mentioned. But we have targets higher on WTI, the 28.36, nearly hit. Brent, 32.27, nearly hit. Heat, 91.99, hit. RBOB, if it stays over 92.04, a key initial support pivot, 98, then up to 98.20, and gas oil 269, and then 276.50. So the stage is set for tests of top of the range resistance, but nothing more. The contracts now need to perform. They've done well. They now need to take these key resistances out. And if we look at the structure, red deck is trying to punch higher over its 5 and 8s at 407, 408. It's printing minus 401. It should make its way, if it stays over the 5 and 8s, to 383. But only a move and close over there would give it some serious upside. A little bit worrying, this stochastic. It should be doing better. And the red deck on Brent, not very dissimilar, pushing higher into the 5 and 8s at 458 to 448. It's printing 442. If it can get over there, then it should run up to 417. But again, both the deck reds are worrying with their stochastic, and one needs to be careful. If we just have a quick peek at the 60-minute chart on Brent, the right-hand chart, here we are punching higher, but the stochastic now is high. It's susceptible to dips back. Be careful. It may have such a head of momentum here that it ignores this 60-minute wary signal, but nevertheless, it's there, and be careful. RBOB exactly the same, punching higher so far, but the 60-minute stochastic is a little bit of a worry, but it's a brave man that jumps in front of this express train. That's all for today, folks. Watch those key resistances very carefully. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.